Well, greetings and salutations, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well today. Today, I have a terrifying experience with a former military person who was in Iraq when he had a terrifying encounter. We're going to hear it in his own words. Before we get into it, a couple links. As you know, I rely on Patreon, PayPal, and my merch to help the channel to continue to grow and go. The links to Patreon and PayPal are in the description below. My merch is displayed directly under the video. Also, Dogman Frightening Encounters Volume 1, 2, and 3, the audiobook versions. They were written and researched by Tom Lyons, narrated and produced by me, Jeffrey Nadolny. Those audiobooks are available on Audible, Amazon, and iTunes, the links to which are also in the description as well. And finally, last but definitely not least, if you'd really like to help support this channel to continue to grow and go, simply subscribe, click the like button, and please leave a comment. It really does help, and you know what? It truly matters. And now, everyone, I have taken far too much of your time. Let's get on with today's upload. Shall we? All right, everybody. Today I have a guest on. I did a upload a couple weeks ago or about a week ago, and he commented, and his comment was, "I've seen some stuff in Iraq." I sent him a comment and I said, "Hey, here's my email. Please get in touch with me. I'd like to hear what you saw over there." Tonight I have a guest, and his name is Lewis. He is an Iraqi war vet. It's a pleasure having you on, Lewis. How are you?
Thank you, Jeff. All right, well, this happened in Iraq around 07. It was outside the city of Ramadi in a camp. I won't give you the camp's name. There's different ones, so we'll keep that private. The day that this happened, we were supposed to go on a raid. It's on this town. I guess supposed to be insurgents activity and stuff like that. So the next morning we had to have the full attack force tanks, M1s, Bradleys, Black Hawks, Apaches, all that stuff. On the way to the staging area, which is outside the town, the little town. It's not even really a town, just a bunch of mud huts. And we were supposed to stage outside the area where there were some canals. In Iraq, they got these canals they use for irrigation. They're pretty deep. I mean, if you fell in there, good luck, because they are pretty deep. I mean, the water's pretty much not that deep, but they're down there. There's a lot of marsh. It's like a marsh, tall grass, and it drops about maybe 6, 7 inches deep, somewhere deeper. There's like a little bridge made out of sand over a large, say like a pipe, but it's not really a pipe. It's really big. You pretty much can go in there just so the water can flow from one side to the other, and they usually so they can cross. Vehicles go through. They're wide enough for an M1 tank to go by, and they still have about 2-3 feet on either side when the tank crosses. We were supposed to stage on the other side of the canal, but to our misfortune, one of the tanks threw track. Usually when they throw track is on the outside and the track just comes off. This one threw it on the inside, so it jammed up. So now we got to cut the track. So with the pressure it has, it won't come loose. So you got to cut the track, take the links off, and then the tankers would put it back together. I was the TC of the 88 M1 Herc, and our first sergeant told me that after we had already fixed the tank, that I was going to be the sergeant of the guard. So what that entails is that pretty much I have to make sure that the guys that are staged in a semicircle are up. At least 2 guys up the vehicle, make sure they're awake so we don't get ambushed at night or whatever. You don't want to get ambushed when you're going to go on a raid. It's a big no-no. So all I had to do was to just go around and make sure everybody had people awake, eyes out, make sure you're ready for pretty much anything. So this particular night was very interesting because as I'm walking towards, well, let me explain how the medic track ended up on the other side of the canal. There's a drop, like an incline going down maybe about 10 feet. So if you're standing at the bottom, you can't see on the other side. You're pretty much looking up. Or the medic track was a 113, ended up on the other side of the canal. The 88 was maybe about 30 yards back, but you could see from the top where they have the 50 cal mounted, you could see the top of the 113. And as I'm walking toward there after I'd done one of the rounds, I get to the edge where it starts to decline. It starts going down. And then there's the hill goes up about 4 feet, and the 113 was on the other side. Now, this is the canal crossing where I'm going to start heading down. As I'm coming right at the edge, this thing comes out from the marshy area, like the grass. There wasn't much movement, but you see something come out. It's dark. I got my night vision on, one eye closed because you got to keep night vision in case you got to pull that thing up, and so you can still see because that green light will blind you if you lose all your night vision. You got to keep one eye closed. So I'm looking at this thing that's coming out, and it's a comparison to a lion. It was way bigger than a lion. I don't know. I've never seen a lion that's 10 foot long, or maybe more, because it's pretty much encompassed almost the whole crossing. It was big. It was big, tall. But even though it was tall, maybe about 4 feet tall, he was still in this position where, like, you see a cat and he's creeping and he's going to pounce on something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys know. They're crouched down, like, really low. Their elbows are by their back and they're still moving. Well, he's doing this. And I figured, shit, this thing's going to hit the medic track or attack it or whatever the hell this thing's doing. He's looking at it as he's coming out. And it's long. And when I say it's a cat-like, well, cat-like, like a cat, but not. The reason I say that is pretty much everybody knows cats' tails, the way they move, may seem like this movement of a snake. Well, this thing, its tail, it's more like a snake, but it's having the same movement, but he's got it upwards, almost like a scorpion tail. And not a scorpion tail, because on the tip of the tail, it's got this weird-looking head, like a snake head. And it's moving on its, I'm not going to say on its own, because you know how cats move, the movement they do, but this thing, I mean, it's a head. It's not bushy. And I couldn't tell if it was bushy because night vision, the thing's about 20 yards from me, maybe 15 to 20 yards. But it has its own movement, like the tip moves like a head looking around. This thing comes out, looks towards the 113. And, I mean, I don't know what it is, so I'm like, what the fuck is that? Or what is that language? But that's what I said. And this thing turns around, looks at me, and he's pretty much about as shocked as I was, because now he knows somebody's seen him. It seemed like he was disappointed that I was there. Or, I don't know. It was just a weird situation. He looks at me. He starts going round and round. Cats are locked up from one side to the other, like a caged jaguar or panther, from one side to the other. But he's looking at me and he looks to the ground, and at the same time, his tail's pretty much doing the same thing, like looking towards me. And, well, I got my M4. I'm still wearing my full battle rattle helmet, bulletproof plates on and everything. But I'm thinking, as I'm looking at this creature, I'm not going to say it's an animal as far as the animals go, because animals don't look that way. I'm thinking this SOB is going to get me. If I start shooting, if the 88 behind me, he's got the 50 cal, not towards where the 113 is, but that's at the limit where the his range limit to fire is pretty much. So if I start shooting, they're going to shoot this way, especially if they see this thing on me or whatever. So they're pretty much screwed. I'm stuck there just looking at this thing. And, well, at that moment, I was pretty much screwed. I couldn't see the medics in the back of the 113. I'm guessing either they were down or probably asleep, most likely. I'm not going to throw them under the bus, but those motherfuckers were asleep. And so I'm like, okay, well, this pretty much, that's it. This thing's going to fucking eat me. But right before anything happened, once he turned towards me, now, when he turned towards me, his tail wasn't wagging anymore. It was more set up like a scorpion towards me. I didn't tell you that, Jeff, about that. Yeah, but when he faced me, his tail was towards me, and it wasn't moving anymore. He was pretty much ready to do business, I'm guessing. The only thing that came to my lips at the time, I was pretty much, I'm going to meet the Lord now. So I'm like, holy Jesus, please help me. At that moment, I'm guessing the creature didn't like that. When I said, holy Jesus, please help me, because he looked kind of upset, and you could hear like a low growl. And he turned towards the marsh, looked at it, looked at me, and then went back in it. Well, to my bad luck, I guess, I still have to go see the medics. So now I got to go towards where this creature was. So, you got to man up, right? So, fuck it. Just make sure I'm creeping slow, pointing my weapon towards where the marsh is, the little marshy area. I get to the medic track, I knock 2 up, nobody answers. I go towards the front, climb up on top, and they're out. So I get up there and start bitching them out. It's not a situation where you're just gonna. It's not like we're going camping. So we shoot the shit, go to sleep. The next day we go for the hunt. It's not like that. You stay awake. It's pretty much one guy with a knife will just taking those guys out. So I get back down. I head towards where the Humvee is. Up armored Humvee. That's the command vehicle. First sergeant's in there. I didn't want to sound like a nutcase. So before I went to the Humvee, I told the medic, keep an eye out for dogs. What am I going to tell them? So, and people, something out there that could hurt them or hurt us, anyone. So I left them. They were going to stay up now. And headed over to where the Humvee was. I talked to the guy that's on the Humvee on the Crow system. And I asked him to keep an eye towards the little marshy area because I had seen some type of animal. I told one of those dogs, what am I going to tell him? I think dog control was, if he sees a blotch of heat, he can shoot, hopefully take him out with a 50. But Yeah. Then, like I said, my misfortune, I was sergeant of the guard, so I still have to continue roving. I was hoping that was it. It was like just a chance encounter. Seen the thing, it's gone. A few weeks later, you forget it even happened. Walked over to the 88 after going around the tanks and letting them know to keep their heads up. They're watching on their own system. They got the night vision and infrared, whatever, keep sensing systems we got. They also have the stare, which if something's crawling towards you at night and you can't see, all you see is the heat signatures, even though it might be camouflage somewhere where they can hide it, it'll still leave a trail on your screen that something is moving out there. So I was good with that. I was like, all right, these guys are good over here. So I headed over to the 88 and I told the guy on the 50 to keep an extra eye out over to where I was going. If something happens, to wait until I get out of the way if he's got a fire. Right? So I figured, I'll get a chance to maybe this thing will attack me. He'll jump up. Hopefully I can move fast enough, shoot, and the 50 cal can take him out. Still didn't tell the guy what the hell I saw, or I just told him to keep an eye out there because it was weird. Those are my words. It was weird. Just keep an eye out there. So I headed back. Again, as I come over to the area, you better start going down. It was weird because it was just meant to be. We made up again. This time I had already taken a couple of steps down. The creature comes up. He seen me, and I said, "What the fuck again?" And you could tell, like, I don't know, animals disappointed or something that he got seen. He did his couple of turns and jumped back into the marshy area, and that's the last time I saw him. I thought it was just going to be that one time, but no, he let me know that he was there. It was yeah, holy shit.
Yeah, that's definitely. Now, when you and I first started talking, you had shared with me that you have seen, while you were in Iraq, you had seen, a full-grown male lion. And
yes.
So you know how big lions are. And this thing was huge. I mean, this creature that you saw in the canal was just...
Oh, it was maybe about 2.5 times as long, taller than the lion.
Yeah.
The lion standing on all fours. Yeah, he was taller than that.
So
he was way taller.
This was definitely,
but I mean,
like 12 feet long, maybe 11 feet long.
About 11 feet long, not counting the tail, or the tail snake, whatever the frick that was.
Now, the face of the creature, because you refer to it as cat-like, because the reason why you refer to it as cat-like, just so other people know, is because of its crouching position, more or less, right? What was the face, not the face on the tail, but the face on the part that was looking at you, where you could see its eyes?
His hood. Well, I'm not going to be politically correct when I say this, but it looked like a retarded cat. Kind of like a mushed up head. The mouth was wider than it was long. I mean, I could see his eyes. I know his eyes glowed. They glowed. I could see the eyes with the NVGs when I raised it up to take a look. I mean, the sighting, it wasn't like a couple of seconds. We were there for a few minutes. I had enough time to raise my night vision, open my the eye that I keep closed so I can have night vision, and I could still see his eyes. No I can't say there was a moon out, and if it was like way on the horizon. So
that
it wasn't the glare of the moon or any light, because we have no lights. I wasn't walking around, not even with the red flashlight. Just the night vision. That was it.
Right. So that was my next question. That was my next question for you was there any light? And you just answered it. So this creature's eyes were obviously a glowing yellow color.
Yeah.
And
They're big. They were big. They're about maybe a little bit bigger than the golf ball.
Okay. Now the face or the head on the tail, was there any characteristics on that you saw, or?
Yeah, it was like a snake.
Like a snake.
It opened. It had a mouth. Now the like a I'll go as far as say not like, can't really tell if it had fangs or not, but it had a mouth. It opened it.
That's crazy. Now these are, you and I had spoke we talked for about an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And this is just one of the crazy cryptid, I hate using the word monster, but that have been seen in the Middle East. And, like you said to me earlier, there's a lot of area to hide there because it's not like here. It's the population is spread out. There's a lot of caves. There's a lot of mountains. There's just terrain that we don't have over here.
Yeah, they can go for miles. If they move at night, you're not gonna see them.
Yeah,
you're not gonna see them. I mean, and they're I'm guessing they're fast. This thing was big. I mean, it wasn't skinny. Like gangly or skinny like a house cat.
Right.
No, it was a good killing machine if it wanted to.
Yeah, that's definitely right there is a definite strange sighting, and not what I thought it was going to be. Like
when after I seen it, I had try to go and look around to see cat-like creatures, and the only thing I came up with was a chimera, which the picture they have on Yahoo, well, they got a bunch of them, but the one that's closest to it is one that has the they put horns on this thing, but I didn't see any horns. There's a picture of one that's got like these talons on the feet. I can't say I saw talons, and then if it did have talons, I couldn't see them because of the sand. The sand is soft over that crossing. It's like powdery. So we could have dug I didn't see the feet. Like exactly, I didn't see the feet. I can't tell if they had claws. There was more the head and the tail. On Yahoo, they got a picture of one that looks almost like a lion with horns, and it got like a viper's tail. That's pretty much what I saw.
Yeah. I just looked it up really quick, and it's called the Chimera of Arizoa or Arazo, and it's like a big, huge lion.
Looks like a cat.
Yeah, huge lion-like creature with a viperistic looking tail. Very terrifying looking. Huh. Wow.
I mean, I used to joke around with people that saw Bigfoot, but holy shit. What did I see?
Yeah, definitely. Something.
I mean, it's weirder than Bigfoot.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, two heads are better than one for killing, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. while you're distracted with one head, the snake head will poison the crap out of you, and those talons will rip you to shreds. Bring on the Dogman, right?
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
I mean, these things are crazy looking. Whew.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing this with us. Couple of things, Lewis. Thank you for your service to our country.
Well, thank you.
I mean,
it's not over though.
No, it's not. And thank you for coming on tonight and sharing this encounter. I really enjoyed just shooting the breeze with you, and then hearing this crazy encounter. I mean, I can't imagine what you must have been feeling like or thinking in your head.
Yeah, it felt like makes you feel like Jello.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if there was another guy with an AK, I would have been flying. I mean, you might get me, I might get him. This thing, he's gonna get you.
Absolutely. Well, Lewis, is there anything that you'd like to say to the audience before we end the upload?
I got a short message. Guys, a lot of people see different things out there. Some people might think they're crazy, they're making it up. I was one of them. After I saw that, anything that people say is out there could be out there. What I saw, that's some fairy tale stuff. But they're there. They're out there. What else can be out there? I mean, a Dogman? That's not that far-fetched. Bigfoot? Definitely not.
Right.
If these things are out there, and if that Kandahar giant is real, what else is out there? I mean, if we don't get our heads out of our booties, we're going to be in trouble when they decide to come out.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it might be sooner than later, and hopefully it's not, but who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe it is.
They got free reign. They can go wherever they want. I mean, there's caves. In caves, you can go across continents.
Yeah.
They can nonstop. They can come out of anywhere they want.
Absolutely.
So, it's a tale, I'll tell you.
No pun intended.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no pun intended with the tale. Hey, I appreciate it, Jeff. I love your show. It's creepy, but things are out there, man. Appreciate you.
All right, guys. So this interview was done 2 years ago, and as of recently, I decided to go through some old interviews, look at them, and see which ones haven't gotten a lot of views that have a lot to offer. This one I felt did. Now, as we all are aware, the Middle East is pretty much the Holy Land for Christians, Muslims, Jews. And this soldier is seeing a chimera. It's nonetheless willing to attack almost these soldiers. It's not being very, I don't know what you want to say, covert. It's kind of right in this guy's face. And as he explained, it is dangerous. So it almost makes you kind of look back and say, whoa, this is kind of the motherland, the holy land for all religions. And you've got Chimera coming out of nowhere to make themselves known. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be like, hey, end of times, revelations. Could be. Could be. Portals could be opening, these rift portals. And, I've kind of taken a step back and looked at this whole kind of aspect, I believe these rift portals open. I believe that when things come out, the people in the past looked at these things as gods or demons and or aliens. So it could be like a whole kind of mistaken history or whatnot. Very interesting, very terrifying. And yes, we could be on the brink of the end. I don't know. I don't think anyone really knows. I think it's all a guess. It's a guessing game. Of course, people will be like, I know, I've read the Bible 522 times. Good for you. But the main thing is that we need to be vigilant. We need to be vigilant about these things. We need to be vigilant about what our government is doing. We need to just remain aware of what is going on and constantly educate ourselves in what is going on and what we can do to make a positive impact on things. So, with that, my friends, I hope you enjoyed today's upload as much as I enjoyed sharing it with you. May the Great Spirit watch over us all, and may He guide us down that path that we call life.